let us switch it up a little bit. I want to play. Let's talk a little bit about the music. I want to play this Rant by T-Pain real quick, and get y'all opinion.
Oh my goodness. Something else. Just you know when your shit sounds like somebody else's shit. You're making it because you think because you're in the studio like, what's the number one record right now? We need to make another one of those. Stop doing that. Stop. You're not original. Give me some original shit. Give me some. Are you seriously telling me that you sat here and watched me tell a bitch to eat a dick and you thought that wasn't original? Are you seriously sitting here telling me that eat a dick is the bad part of music? Stop! Just fucking do something else! Just, god damn it! Do some different music! We have all the shit that you're doing. We already have it. Lil Uzi Vert is already doing it. Lil Baby is already doing it. Dub Baby is already doing it. It's literally two niggas with baby in their names that's already doing all the music you want. Do something else. Do something else. That's it.
We'll leave it at that. Leave it at that. What y'all think? What's y'all thoughts on T-Pain's little rant about the music game right now?
Oh man, he sounded like he was turned up, but I don't think he was. I don't think what he was saying was far fetched at all. I think it's kind of correct. I think a lot of stuff we hear now is like extremely closer to the music that everybody else is making out. And even like back in the 2000s when you had rappers coming out like Lil Wayne and who else came out in 2000s?
Like T.I.
Like all of those different sounds, you know what I'm saying? To be put, to be put in a place to where you're recognized as a mainstream artist and somebody that's good. Like they all had different sounds. Nowadays it's like, ain't that? No, that's somebody else. Like, I could have. It's like it's all like cookie cutter. It sound the same. He said some names that I would agree with. But you gotta love T-Pain, man. Keep it a buck.
I mean, I'm gonna say. I mean, I feel like this wasn't his main point, but this is just me being a little extra, breaking down what he says. I feel like the Baby and Lil Baby don't make the same type of sound. I mean, I'm clear. I know that's not wasn't his point, but I feel like they don't make the same type of sound. But overall, I do feel like a lot of artists nowadays do make the same type of sound. It's kind of like over the trap beat.
It's under the same umbrella.
Yeah, it's under the same umbrella. They got the little auto tune. They rapping. It's kind of like it almost. I don't know. Did T-Pain inspire this type of music though? In a sense, like T-Pain brought the auto tune in the game. It might not have
been a big inspiration, but he of course inspired a lot of the music that you're talking about.
What's your thoughts, Mont? I want to know because you said
for sure.
Because when I said that T-Pain inspired, you was like you shook your head. You was like nah. So I'm like,
because T-Pain wasn't the first person to use auto tune. Like auto tune has always been around, but in terms of if you want to say using it as a tool, or as part of his style. I guess, but he was ridiculed for it. Like Jay-Z literally tried to end his career damn near for it. So like
DOA,
auto-tune was frowned upon to say the least. So I don't know if he was. I don't know. He just don't get the credit for it if that's the case. But I just feel like a lot of shit sound the same because the fact that it's so many more outlets and so many more ways to either record a song, put a song out. You can put it out for free. You can put it out on paid platforms. You can put it out wherever. Like, so anybody's just gonna put out anything. Literally anybody can put out whatever they want. So, and if it goes viral, it goes viral. So that's why I feel like one reason why shit sound the same. Another reason the radio only plays so many artists a day. Like if you listen to the radio, it's a lot of Pop Smoke, Baby, it'd be the same type artists all throughout the day. So if somebody want to be on the radio, what they gonna think? Oh, I gotta make a song like this. So it's like if the radio play different music and show you that, okay, this artist is like this and he's successful, and this artist does it like this and he's successful. You know what I'm saying? But they're they're giving you a handful of artists, and then they're just marketing them and they got all this money behind them, and that's all people see. Like, okay, now I got to be like this if I want to make it. So I don't know, and it's the labels behind it too, because they pushing certain shit. Like they can block certain artists and they can push certain artists. You know, a lot of that goes on. There's a lot of politics into it. I'm not disagreeing with T-Pain. Like, he right. I don't want to hear the same shit either. But you can also listen to whatever you want to listen to. Like, you don't have to listen to certain shit. There's streaming networks. You can make your own playlist. Like, you can listen to music from back in the day, now, wherever. Like, he has a point. He has a very valid point, but I think he knows that there's more to it than that as well. I think it's a loose argument or opinion.
Yeah.
I just think right now it's so much easier to coin something as hip hop because there's so many less sounds incorporated into it as it would have been, you know, decades back or even a decade ago. Like, the hip hop box is so much smaller now. I think that's what he was saying. Like, where is all this originality at? Like, what is all the stuff that made hip hop actually good and not, you know, just profitable?
What if we feel like, what are the generation, either my generation or the younger generation? I don't care. I can't speak for the younger generation than me. But what if they feel like hip hop is just evolved and now to them is better? That's really all that matters, because hip hop is for the youth. When we were youth, when we were in high school or in middle school, hip hop was for us. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it was still way more originality in that music than music now. Way more different styles, more bit different, you know.
But what I'm
saying, things like that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. But what I'm saying though, to the younger generation, if they think certain artists do have different styles, then who are we to say that? I mean, we can have our opinion, but
I get what you're saying too, because like, I mean, I'm trying to think of like who. I can't put myself exactly in their position as being like a young person growing up in this era of hip hop, but I mean, I feel like there is some differences though in some of the music. Like, of course, a lot of it does sound the same, but I could still pick and choose. Like, I don't think Lil Baby, Dub Baby sound the same. I don't think they make the same type of sound. Like, I'm trying to think of, like, I don't think Rod Wave makes the same type of music. I think he does some kind of original. I feel like there is artists out there that do make their own type of sound, but I feel like for the most part, at least on the radio, they play the same type of music though. I don't feel like they play everything. Like,
yeah, I agree.
Like, I mean, like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, they all still part of hip hop. They all make original music. But of course I know he's talking about like the ones that are just rapping on these trap beats, doing like auto tune rapping, like he's going with shit. Basically that. But I mean, I get his point. I mean, I feel like it could. I feel like a lot of back in the day when someone was the best, it made you want to create something different to be better than them. I feel like nowadays that mindset has changed, where people are looking at like, I want to be at the same level. I want to just make it. And they like, if this is what is allowing us to make it, then I'm going to just make the same type of song. I'm going to make it, and then it's just going to be another hit. I don't feel like it's the same mindset. And I don't know why the mindset feel like it has changed, but that's just my opinion. Do y'all feel like it has changed? Like, I feel like people are trying to be better than one another back in the day. Nowadays, I feel like people are like good with just making it, even if it sounds the same.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like sometimes older people just be nitpicking.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he don't have a point. Like, I'm not saying he's even being that old head, oh, this shit we woo. But it's like, if listen to what you want to listen to, T-Pain. Like, make, like, I don't know how I want to say it, but I don't think they were like hip hop before the 90s was mostly like educating, being being enlightened on certain aspects about the community and culture, and you know what I'm saying, empowerment. It was really on that. And then with like say our parents' generation, the 90s, the shit changed. Like it was gangster rap. Everything was gangster rap. Ice Cube, NWA, and all of them, Snoop Dogg, whatever. And then the generation before them was like, okay, what is this shit? Like, what are y'all not talking about nothing. There's no substance. They went through the same thing. So now they literally trying to do the same thing to us. And it's like, bro, do you not realize it? Like, okay, you can have your opinion. However you feel is how you feel, bro. But like, nobody want to hear this shit all the time. Like, I'm really tired of hearing this shit. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm tired of hearing all the music sound the same. All the music now is trash. Ooh, when it's like, motherfuckers who say that only talking about certain artists. They only talking about the artists they like, a Lil Pump or whatever. Any one of them Lils, like, they never mention a J. Cole, a Drake, a Kendrick, or they never mention a Dirk or a Lil Baby or like you know what I'm saying? It's like whoever else is lyrical, like they don't mention people like that. They literally just mention the motherfuckers that don't rap as well. It's like you're what's like, if that's your point, then mention the other side too. Like, I don't talk about the 90s to say, oh, ODB was fucking trash. Y'all had somebody like that. Like, no disrespect to ODB, but he couldn't rap. Like, it's people back then that couldn't rap. It's people in the early 2000s that can't rap. It's every generation has people that can't rap, and then every generation has their people who are legends, bro. Why can't we just appreciate that?
Yeah.
Instead of fucking comparing this to this to this to this. When I'm young, I don't fucking care about your opinion. I'm just be honest. Like, a lot of times I don't care about the opinion. I just don't.
You know what's kind of crazy too is that the person who probably dominated the 2010s, this past decade, has probably had the most original music. Like, when you actually think about, like,
Kendrick.
When you think Kendrick dominated the 2010s in terms of hip hop, I was thinking Drake. I was like, Drake music is completely different. Like, his music don't sound like what T-Pain was talking about either. Like, I'm pretty sure when T-Pain was talking about this rant, like, he wasn't mentioning Drake. Drake music doesn't sound like anything. It doesn't sound like.
Yeah, he wasn't talking about Drake.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like that common music. But that's what's crazy about it, is that Drake is probably the one who dominated this past decade. But we kind of look past the people that are creating the original music, and we be like, let's just focus in, like, kind of more to a Mont's opinion. Like, we do focus in on the ones that do sound the same, and we kind of look past all the ones that do make the original music. Like, come on, like, Drake probably dominated this past decade, him and Kendrick, and their music is completely original. At least to me, I would think their music is original. I don't think they sound like people in the past. I don't think people are making music like them now. So,
right.
And then, like, J. Cole, I can add him to the list. There's a few artists out there I can add to that list, but
yeah, I think what he was saying was, had nothing to do with those people.
It's the Lils.
I think, like, when you're trying to explore new music and see what's actually going on in, like, the newer generation, you can find a lot of music that sounds exactly the same.
What you just said, the key word was the newer generation. Mm-hmm. If that's what they like, then that's what they like. Like, I'm sure, bruh, in 10 years, bruh, it's gonna be some fucking music that I don't like, but I'm gonna just shut the fuck up and listen to my Drake or my whatever, J. Cole, whatever. Like, look, he can have his opinion, and I'm not arguing against it. Like, I agree with it, but they only focus on the negative to make their point. And it's like, there's a whole other side to this that I don't think they acknowledge at all, bro.